Hello YouTube, Eric's Random World here, and this is going to be a video response to the Skelelal Piper's 100 sub contest. First of all, housekeeping. Smoking my near. In it, I have some JLP's Odyssey. What Hillman wanted us to do was to discuss somebody in our life that has been an influence, and for me it was definitely my father. Now, my father, when he was 5 years old, he drowned, and while he was clinically dead, he saw the light and everything, and he heard a voice, and it asked him, "What have you learned?" And being he was 5 years old, he hadn't learned much, and he thought about it, and he didn't know what to say, and the next thing he knew, he was waking up with the water being forced out of his lungs by a lifeguard. So he overcame that. Then when he was about 12, he got tuberculosis and was very frail, and almost died then. And I guess when he back up a second, I guess when he was about 6, I think, his father died, and he was the youngest of 8 children. So my grandmother, his mother, raised 8 children by herself. So anyway, he had the TB, and he regained health from that finally. And by the time he was 18, he was one of the star players on his high school basketball team. So quite a recovery indeed. Excuse me just a second. So after he got out of high school in a very small town, wasn't a whole lot of opportunity there, so he joined the Army, and he was stationed in the Middle East. Needed his time in the Army, and he got out and come back home, and there wasn't a whole lot, so he joined the Air Force. And just after he joined the Air Force, he met my mother, and not long after I was born, which was about a year after they were married, he got stationed in England, and he was a communications guy in the Air Force. He started out, he wanted to be a navigator, but there was some medical reason that he couldn't become a navigator, so he went into communications. And after the Air Force, he come back home, and there still wasn't a whole lot going on. He got a job at General Electric. It was in the early days of computers, and he was a key punch operator, and that's one of the guys who punches little holes in the cards that the computer reads, that gives it the information. Well, within just a couple of years, he became the manager of data processing there at that facility. All the while he was going to night school. So he was going to night school and gaining acclaim at work, all the while teaching me how to shoot and fish and play baseball and football and basketball and things like that. Well, when I was about 15, my sister died. My younger sister died with brain cancer. Well, during that time, it was a really hard time for everybody in the family, and he was the glue that held everyone together. He was the rock. And after she died, my mom no longer wanted to be in that area, so he transferred to another area and got a job shortly after with Computer Sciences Corporations as a systems analyst. And he continued his schooling, night schooling, and ended up getting his degree. And all the while, he was putting up with my teenage years and my other younger sister's teenage years, and while still going to school. And but anyway, he finished his degree and joined the Navy Reserve. So he retired after serving in 3 services. He retired, I believe, as a Master Chief in the from the Navy Reserve, and he also retired from Computer Sciences Corporation. And through all that time, he was always patient, especially with the kids. He was ever learning. And the one thing that he told me that I'll never forget is, be like the mouse who gnaws through the rope, one strand at a time. It may be slow, but you will get there. As long as you have a goal in sight and keep working towards that goal, then you can attain what you want. He's very witty and has a great sense of humor, which benefited everybody, especially through the times after my sister died, when things were not good. But through my formative years, he was always there for me when I needed him, and a great role model. And I can't say enough about my dad. He has been the biggest influence in my life, and I love him dearly. Anyway, this is my entry, Eric's Random World. Bye, guys.